Hey, everybody out there in Cyberland. Oh, for a minute I didn't think it was recording. I'll start all over again. Hey, everybody out there in Cyberland, whether it's Facebook land, YouTube land, LinkedIn land, or whatever land. This is Bruce D. coming at you from Sarasota, Florida. On a nice day, pleasant, not too humid. You know, it's nice to have some cooler weather. Anyhow, if you're watching this, it's for one or two reasons, okay? One, you're researching and trying to find out who supplies the best CBD oil, CBD products, and or what's the best income opportunity, okay? So with that being said, first of all, let me start with a disclaimer, okay? What I'm about to share with you is my opinion based upon my experience with Hempworx. And it's not necessarily the gospel truth, but it is my truth. So with that being said, I encourage you to do your own research. I encourage you to go to Facebook, okay, or to Google Hempworx, W-O-R-X, and to go to YouTube and do a search for Hempworx. The first one that'll come up that came up for me the other day is by Paparazzi. It's a gal that's, and actually the video is 50 plus minutes long and far more analytical and detailed than mine is going to be. Okay, I'm just going to give you the highlights of my experience and my perspective. Okay, so here goes. Fasten your seatbelts because I'm going to talk fast. Incidentally, I am going to look at my notes. My highlights here because there's certain things that I want to share with you. Number one, I'm kicking myself because I usually do a lot of serious due diligence and research before I join a company. Okay, and I generally follow my gut, my intuition as to whether I should get involved or not. And I have to confess that I didn't do that here. Had I done that, I wouldn't have joined, to be honest with you, okay? I told they weren't my business partners at the time, but I told them, hey, I've got several concerns, but one of them is that this market is, projected to be a humongous market. My concern is that it's going to be oversaturated with CBD companies, and that the big box companies and Walmart and Target and even Bath and Beyond, the Walgreens, the CVS's, et cetera, are just going to oversaturate this market, which is going to substantially dilute the income opportunity that for anybody that's involved in either an MLM/network marketing company. So, with that being said, that was a little bit of disclosure. Kicking myself, but hey, we all make mistakes, right? So here's what, okay? What prompted this is I went to my pharmacy recently, and there was a really nice display by a CBD company, and they had the price list on the counter. And, I asked one of the retail people there, could they copy that for me? And they did, and I checked that against Hempworx prices, and holy smokes. I was surprised. Because this is one of about 20 companies that's been certified by the U.S. Hemp Authority, as Hempworx is, okay? But their price is 50 to 70% less. For example, a 500 milligram a bottle, their price $35. Hempworx $69. Their price for 1,000 milligrams, since Hempworx at this point does not have 1,000 milligrams. But for 1,000 milligrams, $56 versus $89 for Hempworx, and that's only 750 milligrams. So that got me thinking. Now, incidentally, the company I'm referring to, which I'm not going to mention here, okay, it's zero cost to be an affiliate, okay, and there's no required authorship. In fact, recently I've discovered several companies that fall into that category. Whereas if you consider joining Hempworx, okay, your upline or potential upline is going to convince you that you need to go in and start as an executive, or you're going to leave a lot of money on the table. So if that's the case, you're going to spend $599. Okay, and as I go on here, there are some reasons you may not want to do that. Anyhow, as a result of doing some research, and here again, I got to confess, I did not spend the time analyzing their income disclosure statement as I normally would. All right, but now for a variety of reasons, I went back and I spent a considerable amount of time doing that. I encourage you to do that yourself. Go to Hempworx Income Disclosure Statement. Okay, number one is, this is results through May of 2019, all right? Number one, in order to reach the 25K level, which is really, you really have to reach that level in order to make any significant income. Okay, there are only 56 people, affiliates, out of 100,000 plus that reach that level. There are only 111 affiliates that reach the 25K rank and up. Okay, so that equates to 0.001% of the total affiliates. 65% of the affiliates drop out within 1 year. 58,563 affiliates made no income. And out of 100,000 plus affiliates, only 48,000 were accurate at the end of the year, or 50% dropout rate, okay? And again, only 56 affiliates reached the rank of 25K. All right, and you know, after expenses, that's not a whole lot of money. Okay. Anyhow, one other thing, you know, I came to the conclusion that I suspect, and I say suspect, that the bulk of the actual product sales for Hempworx is from affiliates themselves, as opposed to customers that are not affiliates. Now, incidentally, Hempworx does not share that information, but I'm almost certain, I won't say I bet my life on it, but I'm almost certain that that's the case. Okay, moving on. I'm getting towards the end here. So in other words, 99% plus, okay, earn no money at all. Now, if you have a track record in MLM/network marketing and you've been in the top 1% of previous companies, you may want to join. If you don't have a track record, you know, I would encourage you to think seriously before you join this company, because you may invest money and time and effort and be very, very disappointed with your results. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, in addition to that, you know, the odds of being successful, making money with this company, the CBD company is saturated, absolutely saturated. Like I said before, big box stores, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, plus, you know, in Sarasota, 35 plus independent CBD stores. And people, you know, are very uneducated as to, you know, what's good CBD and what's bad CBD, and they're buying a lot of junk. Okay, and so if you get involved, expect to have a lot of competition. So with that being said, I've decided to move on. In fact, I just submitted my resignation a couple days ago. I'm going to continue to buy CBD. You know, the good news is that, well, let me say this first of all. Inadvertently, I overdosed on Oxycontin and Oxycontin in December. And thanks to a friend that introduced me to CBD oil, okay, CBD oil has given me my life back, because I experienced excruciating pain for almost a year. And since taking CBD, I'm not experiencing that pain. That being said, I'm not going to buy Hempworx CBD, but they're one of three companies, once I've used up my current 750 mgs, that I will most likely buy from. So, what was I going to say? Okay, once again, I want to encourage you to make your own decision, okay? Do your due diligence, okay? Google Hempworx. Go to YouTube and make your own decision, okay? You know, if you ask my opinion, which you have not, I would say, There are a number of other alternatives where you won't have to invest $599. You won't be required to, in order to make any kind of money at all, to have a $200 plus a month auto-ship. So, like I said, unless you've got a lot of experience, previous success, my advice would be to steer clear of it. So I intend to, kind of chill and take a little R&R before I get re-involved in something. But I encourage you to, if you're not already subscribing to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Stay tuned, because, at some point in the near future, I will be making an announcement of something which you may or may not be interested in. Okay, in the meantime, it is Friday afternoon. Have a great weekend. Over and out for now. Until we talk, if we talk, smile, laugh a lot, have fun, and enjoy the game of life, because you know what? We've only got one. Peace.